Ready?
Here we are.
Cool.
Welcome.
Do you want to do the intro? Coventry. Is Coventry Midlands as well? Yeah, Coventry.
We got a problem here. This good-looking devil came on the sky. I'm like, yo, listen.
He would look down and go, hey, I'm going to tell you this story.
Oh,
right?
not
So back
again.
in 1997.
Not again.
He's mad.
Oh, he's Mike.
Look at how he looks and look at how you look. That's not right. You
It's
can
the
eat.
size of my dad. It's definitely all you can eat.
Welcome to The Wait Is Over. We are, of course, in Wolverhampton ahead of a big European night. I'm joined by boxer promoter Ben Shalom and the mayor. Is it the mayor of Wolverhampton?
Yes,
It's the mayor. It's the mayor of Wolverhampton.
On the street.
Ben Whittaker. Now, Ben, we were hoping that we'd see you on this card. Obviously, you've had a couple of niggles and it was just a little bit too soon. But you're back December 10th.
Yeah.
How's training been? How's the niggles?
Yeah, man, it's going great, you know. Everybody always says great camp and all that. You know me, I stay in camp, so I'm in a great shape. A shame not to be on a card like this, but you got some great fights, 2 European titles. Richard Riakporhe's back, so it's an exciting show. And then down in December, cold warmer. I'm going to put on a show, try and warm it up.
Yeah, it will be cold.
First time out when you were there, you put on a show to remember. Ben, usually when we're in Wolverhampton, you're gonna assume or hope that Ben Whittaker's on a card. Can you tease anything? Can you let us know when we potentially see Ben at home in Wolverhampton?
It is crazy because I have to say we would have never come to Wolverhampton otherwise.
Well, you got
The first time I ever went to Wolverhampton was to see you, and I ended up in some Chinese actually, which was good.
Decent?
It was good actually.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
all you can eat.
You don't mess around.
Yeah, it was all you
You
can
see
eat.
the size of my dad. It's definitely all you can eat.
Yeah, but it's good to be here because it's also about setting the foundation as well. So the whole team get to know the area, they get to know the venues, they get to know the fans, everything, and it's sold out. So there's clearly an appetite here. That's without Ben, so it's exciting. And there are a lot of Midlands fighters coming through. Denny helps when he sells that many tickets, and if he can win on Saturday, we've got another person that's going to make this area really, really grow. So it's a good place to be. Obviously, Delicious over there. I think he's actually from Wolverhampton.
Yeah, from Wolverhampton. I didn't even know myself until I got to GB and heard the accent. I said, oh, okay, so we're breeding some great fighters here, and the Denny's, me, keep bringing it back here.
Yeah.
It's only going to make them more hungry to get on shows.
It's probably fair to say that boxing in the Midlands has been underrepresented for years, years and years, considering how many of Britain's top fighters come from here. So it's refreshing to be in Birmingham, in Coventry. Is Coventry Midlands as well?
Yeah,
Coventry. Wolverhampton.
Warsaw.
Sorry, I'm just a London man.
Warsaw.
I'm a Londoner. What do I know?
That's why we have to thank Boxer, Sky Sports for bringing it back, because for us Midlanders it was always we have to travel down to London, which we don't mind, travel down to Manchester, which we don't mind, but to have on your doorstep, it makes the younger fighters to think, oh, we can start headlining our own cities.
Yep.
So for people like me to not see really many headline shows here, to eventually headline myself, it's exciting.
Speaking of headlining, you did manage to sidestep the question pretty well there.
Yeah.
Any plans?
Yeah, sometimes next year. Look, we're here. This
That's what
venue
we're
is
here
going to
for.
be Ben Whittaker's venue until we get to the main arena. We've seen it. What's good is we now have that experience with Chris Smith, where we literally within 4 fights we're at a stadium. That's the power of the platform. That's the power of getting the right fight there. When we first went there, couldn't sell more than it was selling about 700 or 800 tickets. In 4 fights, 5 fights, he's selling 15,000. We know he's got something special. We know the fans are going to want to come and see him. So it's going to explode here. I know it, and it's perfect because you want the 3,000 venue, then the 10,000, then the 20,000, and you have that here. So next year we'll be headlining. It'll be great to come back. I think next time we come back will be for a Ben Whittaker headline show. So really looking forward to it.
Ben, just before you leave, I want to ask your predictions on the top 2. Obviously, European belts on the line. the homeboys, the boxer boys, we hope get the win. But do you know much about their actual bouts and what you're expecting?
Yeah, but I'm a boxer, so I like to look into fights. So I've looked into the opponents. Tough fights, especially when there's belts on the line. You're going to get tough kids, but I just think, especially like the Adams, he's young, he's hungry, he's got the skill, got the talent, and this is his time to shine. And then Tyler Denny, I really love Tyler for the fact he's really made it from the bottom. He's gone from them small horse shows, worked his way up, and this is his time to shine. I think it's the right time to beat that type of opponent, but it's a tough ask. But I know he can do it. Also, he's got about 1,500 people cheering for him. I know he's going to start.
The crowd's going to be behind him. Before you go, I just want to ask if I can get one of these. I've noticed that Ben Shalom is wearing a Ben Whittaker top.
It was part of the contract.
Is it? Oh, yeah, you can't wear it everywhere.
We don't mess around, man. We got the merch coming.
I'll take it in an XL. If you've got an oversized one, I'll take it. I'll take that.
We'll sort you out.
Anyway, Ben, thank you for joining us. Let's swap in somebody who knows all about a European title.
There you go.
Spencer Oliver.
Gentlemen, how are we doing?
This may as well be your belt. So I'm surprised you're not on this bill, mate.
It's not my belt. I'm going to tell you the story.
Oh,
right? So back
again.
in 1997.
Not again.
For the people that haven't heard, for the 2 or 3 of you that haven't heard it, right? So I've held this title as I won the European title in my 11th fight, and that was the quickest any Britons ever won the European title, and that stands since 1997. And Adam Azim is going for it in his 10th fight.
Yeah.
I was 22. He's now 21. He's gone 1 year earlier, and he's going 1 fight earlier as well.
Amazing.
And yeah, that stood for 26 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is
you was
incredible.
free, mate. You was free. Ben Shalom was free when I done that. And that's how crazy it is. So I mean, everybody wants to pass the baton over at some point, and there's no one I'd rather pass that title to than Adam Azim, because the kid works hard. He's super, super talented, and my belief is, like, even when I was boxing, if you're good, if you're good enough, you're old enough. And there's a lot of people questioning: is Adam doing it too soon? Are they moving too fast for him?
Yeah.
Well, the big problem with Adam Azim is how you hold him back, because that's how good he is.
Yeah.
And I think this European level, Franck Peititjean is a good fighter, a good guy. He's like 35 years of age, been around a long time, been there, seen it, done it. His plan is to try and fiddle his way through the early rounds, keep tight, and take Adam to school in the second half of the fight. That's what he's saying. But he doesn't know what he's going in with here. Because I did say to him, I said, listen, Frank, how do you win? He said, well, I know he's quick, I know he's fast, I just got to get through those rounds. I go, well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
When you look back at the performances like Ryland Charlton, those sort of people where you go, this kid's tick tough. He will give Azim the rounds that he needs. And Adam went out there and he done the job that he done. And I'm expecting something similar, boys, if I'm totally honest.
He's ready because of the fights that he's had.
He's
Don't
mic'd.
worry.
He's
I'm
mic'd.
mic'd.
No, he's mic'd.
I'm
just worried. I'm the only one with a mic.
It's because he's presenting took over there,
Yeah, of course.
It's funny because he really thinks he's like Bobby Charlton, handing over to Wayne Rooney the record.
Mate, it's a massive record.
It is.
26 years, boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're will you shed a bit of a tear if it happens? Like you'll be happy, but will you be a little?
It will be the emotions will be of happiness.
Yeah.
Because this kid, Adam Azim, honestly, he's very infectious. He grows. He's just a really nice kid, and you just go like. Records are there always to be broken, and so if someone breaks it, you don't want. We'll put this politely. You don't want someone that is not, is a little bit cocky, a little bit flash, and a bit above his station or whatever. Adam's not like that. He's just that kid that has worked hard and he's got super talent. Do you know what I mean? And when you put those ingredients together, that creates superstars. Do you know what I mean? It's like most fighters are either got one or they got the other. And they're either graft like mad, or they're talented and they don't work too hard because they're talented.
No,
Adam has that. Both of them together.
Ben, let me ask you a question here. Obviously, it's been lightning quick to get him to this point. How difficult is it to manage the expectations or perhaps the aspirations of a fighter who wants to get to a world title so quickly?
There's no patience these days for fighters to develop, especially TV fighters. I almost feel sorry for fighters debuting on TV now because you're either going to get rushed into a fight when you're not ready, or you're just going to get abused until you're the finished product. But the way Adam's done it is so impressive because he's actually 8th and 9th fights. That Santos Reyes fight was a tough kid. And Aaron Fanian, I promise you, is bordering on world level. So to have have those fights in your first 9 and come through, have the experience of the rounds as well, feel so confident. That's what's that's why we know, because once you win a European title, there's no turning back.
Yeah.
So we had to do that. Now I'm so confident. He's so ready for this, and you can see this is the first time I've seen him really excited for a fight, really switched on, really focused, because this is what he wants to do.
You win a European title, you get put into the top 10 in all governing bodies, and the fights are then always the hard ones. Like you say, I won it in my 11th. I was number 5 in the world with the WBC, WBA. So you don't go backwards, you go forward. But
Actually,
you're right
just
in what
on
you
that,
said.
just on that.
Yeah.
People were someone was talking about, and you know the rule. Someone was talking about why is no one lobbying for Adam Azim and the WBC title. I just want to say, when you win the European,
there was no need to lobby there. Yeah.
You're in,
so
mate. You're in.
But
You're
anyway,
in.
go on.
Yeah, so look, I'm going with Adam Azim. You go like, people are talking about, like back in my day, the development was give him his first 12. Then we'll get him to 20-0 and we'll put him in the British title. Like Ricky Hatton won the British title in his 25th fight.
Yeah.
And that development allowed him to go on to what he does.
It allowed him to be a star and make a huge amount of money and become a superstar. You wouldn't get away with that nowadays,
no,
would
this
you?
day
You
and age,
couldn't.
you have to move. But
there was a reason why Ricky sold out stadiums, and it was because he boxed 20 times. With growing his fan base.
Absolutely.
It's like if we don't allow that, we're not going to get the superstars again. We're not going to get. You see Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua coming to the end of their career. Where are the new ones going to come from unless you allow them to build?
What's the roadmap for Adam Azim, right? Because like you say there, he goes in the top 10 in all the governing bodies. He wins a European title, which we're expecting him to do. Wins it in style. What is the roadmap for him there? Where do you go with that? Are you looking European title defences? Are you looking world title shots? I mean, what does 2024 bring?
I think one defence. Enoch Paulson is here, who is on paper a lot tougher fight than Peititjean, like a serious fight. So that's one. But we feel is necessary for him to step up then to world level. But he wants the titles, and once you won the European, you're looking up at world titles. That's what it is.
Even away from world titles, you've got so many fighters at 140 that it's just domestically they're a huge fight. So, I mean, the opportunities are endless. Just so that this doesn't become entirely the Adam Azim show, there is another EBU title being fought for. The hometown hero, he sold over 1,000 tickets. Tyler Denny.
Do you know what I've got to say? This is on the other side. I had a great chat with Tyler as well, and I go, do you know what I love? This is what this sport does, right? This is all about the hard work and not the talent. This kid has done it the hard way, gone into the other guy's backyard as the underdog, keeps pulling off the victories, goes through that old school system where he's got to fight to, in these little small hall shows to get to where he's got to. Wins an English title, then gets an opportunity for a European title. He's one of those kids, the pressure, really, with his background, where he's come from, the pressure at this level should get to him. He actually feeds off it.
Yeah, no, he loves it. I've never seen a fighter that loves to fight more than Tyler.
And he's another one, you just go I love that story where you go it's a real Rocky story where you go, this kid really should. He's already overachieved, and now he's going it is insane to think European.
It's going to be massive.
Segnelli, I think, is a winnable fight because stylistically they both go at it. Segnelli is he's got to be he's got to be the oldest ever European champion. He's 44 years of age. I bet there's not many much, but he's still very much
incredible.
Incredible.
Don't know what he's on, but he looks incredible.
It's nearly my age.
Yeah, almost.
He had
How old are you?
You won it. You
So
won
you
it.
could be on there. Look at
can
how
come
he
back.
looks and look at how you look. That's not right.
To be fair, I do look better than him, don't I?
I reckon we can get you back.
No, he looks incredible.
Cruiserweight.
He
He'll probably be cruiserweight.
But stylistically, that is an absolute barnstormer.
Yeah.
But I think Denny pulls it off, and it's another one where you go, I don't know if it's my heart ruling my head or what, but I've just looked at both of the fights and I'm going, I think Denny wins this, and it is one of those.
It's one of them. It's going to be. It's a step up in level. It's a real step up, but with the crowd.
The crowd, home advantage. You go, Ben, you couldn't have given him a better opportunity. I was talking about this with Johnny Nelson
because all he wanted to ever was a British, right? And but to go to Europeans,
it's absolutely it's on another level. Me and Johnny Nelson were chatting about it, and I'm going, Johnny, your story is an incredible one, coming from someone who was scared of your own shadow to becoming the longest reigning ever cruiserweight champion, and that development, and that was true. He would look down and go, hey, it's right, it's you, Johnny, it's you, mate. And it was and then he learned to throw punches, then put them in twos and threes, and he went on to have this incredible career. But Tyler, you just go, he really should be an area champion or
Yeah.
like English.
Yeah.
He's done really well.
It's
but,
just, hopefully, you like to
I
think
just
it's
think-
just the beginning for
I
Tyler
just
as
think
well.
he can pull it off.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do. So, but it's a great opportunity, and that's what it's all about.
Spence, it's been an honour. We're going to bring in another hero from Wolverhampton here.
Where is
Delicious.
he? Where is he? Oh, there he is. There you go. Delicious. Come and take
Let's
this.
come
mate.
in.
I've got. There you go, mate.
Might have to
Yeah,
adjust this camera angle. We need to go up. We good?
No, I'm done, mate. No,
you're done.
I know you. It's ruined
nice to have a chat with you.
It's ruined it. You know what I mean? It's ruined it. Do you know what? We'll have to do something separately.
we do.
You know what I mean? All right, well done, mate.
Nice one.
Spencer's gutted. He's gutted, but he's
He didn't want it.
it.
Delicious.
You're right.
Great to have you
How
here.
are you?
Nice to meet you
Good to
properly.
meet you.
You're right.
How are you?
Yeah, very well.
Well, look, we know about how much you love to sign an Olympian. It's happened once or twice before.
Yeah.
We have another star from Wolverhampton.
Yeah. What's interesting is it's another Midlands fighter. It's crazy. You've got Galal and Ben and Fraser, you could class.
Yeah.
So it is crazy the amount of talent.
I'm starting to notice it myself actually, like the talent that's coming out, and we got a sold out event tomorrow as well.
Yeah,
So
it shows us a fan base,
it goes
isn't
to
it?
show the
And that's
appetite.
without Ben on.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah,
That's just a card in Wolverhampton. So
It's interesting times,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know, I'll be looking to do the same thing. I'd love to sell out Wolverhampton because this is where I started. Literally 10 minutes away from here is where I went to my first amateur boxing club. So it's means a lot to me this area. So it's exciting.
you still
times
live.
ahead.
You in Sheffield now.
Yeah, I'm based in Sheffield now with Team GB. You know, focus now
But
on
your
the
family's
Olympics.
still here.
Yeah. So family literally within a 10-minute distance from here. So it's just great. It's nice to see. So just want to say thank you for bringing on the show here, bringing it here.
There'll be more, hopefully.
Of course.
As far as yourself, obviously you're training for the Olympics. It'll be the last, if I'm right, it's the last Olympics with boxing in it.
We'll see.
It's in discussion. So we've got hopes that it will carry on in 2028 in LA. So there is disputes happening at the moment.
It's probably fair to say that amateur boxing, especially Olympic boxing, is as close to professional now as it's ever been. No head guards, etc., etc. How do you feel like you'll adjust when you do turn pro?
No, I know that obviously it's similar, but it's different. In my opinion, I feel like they're two slightly different sports. At the moment, my style is quick and very fast. My weight is I'm fairly trim. But I know when I'm professional, I've got to adjust a little bit because you've got to be able to take the shots, absorb the shots a little bit more. So I'm aware about all that. But that adjustment is going to happen in in good time. Yeah.
I was speaking to your manager actually, and one thing we've noticed is the guys in GB, because you're fighting so regularly, because you're training so regularly, and you have to be at the tournaments, and you have to qualify, and you have to do all those things, you're picking up injuries. And you're picking up different things, and obviously in the professional game that doesn't happen. You're a lot more careful. How do you, with one eye on the professional career, because I think you're going to turn over immediately after 2024. Is that the plan?
That's correct. Yeah.
How do you sort of manage that, knowing what's to come, knowing what, as you said, you're almost going to be in a different sport come the end of next year?
I think it's relative. I think some athletes are a little bit more injury prone than others. Myself, I'm quite durable, and I fit quite well with the training regime, very well actually. I've been on Team GB now for about 3 to 4 years, and you know I'm very much used to training 3 times a day, and just basically being on top form throughout the year because I could genuinely be in any competition at any moment. I'll be boxing in 2 weeks, and that's what it's about. And I feel like I'm actually going to bring that into the professional game. I'm going to be fighting regular. I'm not going to be that kind of guy who's going to be like, no, I've got this. So, no. I'm going to be in camp.
You want to carry that in?
I'm going to carry on. It'll be like how Anthony Joshua used to do it. Very, very professional.
Yeah.
I'm very professional in boxing because I believe that it's not a game you can play.
Yeah.
It's very important to keep in good shape because at the end of the day, I'm putting my health at risk. And it's important I come out of that ring.
It'd be crazy one day to have Delicious and Ben, both from Wolverhampton.
Both on a boxer show.
Selling out the arena.
I think that's going to happen. We've actually just had a chat with
It
him.
would be incredible. It's so rare. Because the thing is, when we did sign Ben, we did think, because no one's really done it in the Midlands. Like no one's really like you've got Ricky Hatton in Manchester, and you've got usually a lot of the northern towns, Bellew, Liverpool, and Leeds, Josh Warrington. In the Midlands, there's not been that superstar, even probably since your trainer, Rob McCracken, that can actually go and sell out an arena in Birmingham, go and sell out a stadium. Yep. We think we've got one with Ben, and the concern was, well, where are the other stars coming through? It's crazy now to see how many there are.
Yeah, and you know, I really hope my aim in boxing, my career, get those heavyweight titles, get those medals. At the same time, is to inspire. I want to inspire the next generation, just like I was inspired when I was 18, 19 years old by Anthony Joshua. But it's just making children, young adults believe that it's very much possible. Yeah. And we can do that by bringing the funding and bringing all these things here locally, and you know, just doing great things.
Yeah. Before you go, let's get a prediction for the 2 EBU championship bouts tomorrow. How much do you know about the bouts, and what do you think happens?
So, Adam Azim, power puncher. He's gonna. I think he will do it quite early, to be honest with you. I'm not knocking his opponent down, but you could tell he just wants it.
He looks good, doesn't he? He weighed in well.
Yeah. He looks good, confident. I can see it. You know, you can just see it. I feel like he will do it pretty early in spectacular fashion.
Tyler Denny?
I hope he does well as well. Yeah. I know of him, obviously being local as well in Wolverhampton. Home crowd, an amazing feeling. I hope that you know, the crowd is able to carry him on and spur him on and push him. You know, I felt that last year in the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, that was crazy.
An amazing feeling. And I hope, you know, he has that, and I'm sure he will tomorrow. And that might, you know, allow him to then get that knockout, hopefully.
Thank you for joining us. We're going to bring in a cruiserweight here.
Listen to me. We got a problem here. This good-looking devil came on Sky like, yo, listen, don't be doing a good job because you got to move out, man. My turn. Just ignore him. He don't want to do this full time anyway. So don't be picking people over him like that.
Right, Johnny. We've covered Adam Azim and Tyler Denny. We've not talked much yet about Richard Riakporhe. Yeah. He is in a fight that is a potential banana skin. He's been waiting patiently for a shot at the world title. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts in that cruiserweight division, but let's look at Saturday night. He's in with an opponent who, at the very least, has the ability to make you look very bad. How do you deal with that?
Without a doubt. So first of all, yes, Richard and his fans will be frustrated, but it's show business, and it's usually the business that messes up the show. Factors that are not his fault, so he can't do anything about that. I remember being European champion. I didn't defend it for 13 months because of one thing or another, and the pressure I was getting from the fans and everything. Yeah. But then eventually I got my opportunity, and then the rest is history. Richard's in touching distance to fight for world title. All this isn't his responsibility. That's Ben. So Ben's like, let me deal with my bit. You know, you do with your bit. So Richard stayed focused. Richard's one of the few fighters that has a level of popularity outside of boxing anyway. Yeah. This guy's like, this woman's a supermodel. You know, this guy's everywhere. He's like, so this guy, he's on point. So he prioritises boxing because it's his choice, not because he has to.
Exactly.
So this is why it's very different for Richard. So therefore, we understand the frustration for him, but we also understand this. He's prioritising his training. He lives in Loughborough. He breathes boxing. And then in doing that, he's ticking over. He's seen fights all over the world. Like me, I'm seeing it thinking, God, if I box now, I'm quite sure any hungry fighter in Richard's position would look and think, that's going to be me soon. Yeah. It made me even hungrier. So for Richard Saturday night, I think gets out there, gets the job done, makes a statement to say, look, I'm still here. Don't disrespect me and don't forget about me, because if you do that, to your own peril it may be. His time will come. Yeah. You know, he's the WBO mandatory challenger. The WBO, I'm quite sure they're going to mandate that challenge if Chris Smith wins against Masterneck, and then he's in the mix. But still, we're still in a strong position. But let's not get twisted with everything else that's happening. We just want to see the fight. Yeah. So let him fight. Don't put him under pressure. It'll come. He's ready now.
Ben, you could probably shed a little bit more light on this. There's a lot of moving parts. Richard, on Saturday night, if he gets the win, is a world title shot next for him?
Yeah, look, honestly, for him, we had 2 years and it was prolific. Yeah. He went from bordering British level to world level, number 1 in 2 governing bodies, and it's down to him. It's down to hard work. We've seen him develop as a fighter. We've seen him do, if you look at his early career, he took a lot of hard fights early on, and he didn't have much of an amateur record, and he just got through with his power and his size, and he would get through the fights. Now he's become really cultured. He's a serious fighter. He knows the power that he possesses. He knows he only needs 1 shot. But yeah, 2 years, unbelievable. And then this year, maybe we got a little bit impatient. We didn't want to wait for the mandatory. We signed a deal to fight Gulamarian. He's got his own issues. It's not happened. It's boxing. We want to get him out. We want to make sure he's ready for his world title. But he's got to focus on Saturday. He does have a chance to make a statement. Dylan Brajon has taken Chris Smith and Isaac Chamberlain the distance, not ever looking like he was in trouble.
Yeah.
So this is where Richard can show. This is why he's the most feared cruiserweight in the world. This is why people don't want to get in the ring with him. But yeah, he's got to focus. But big things, as Johnny said, I think Richard next year should have an absolutely massive year and hopefully becomes a world champion.
Johnny, as we always say, the win is most important, but is a statement win necessary for him, just to remind everybody?
I think we accept, and Richard will accept nothing less. And yes, he's been out of the ring, but he lives. Remember, this guy doesn't have to do this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm quite sure he'll have a wealthy career away from boxing. So this guy, he does it because he wants to. He lives in the gym. So therefore, I expect success. Richard expects success. So a win's a win, but he'll not be happy with just a win. And that's what I like.
Well, let's hope Richard does get the win, and let's hope that we have 2 new boxer European champions on Saturday night. Only one way to watch and find out, and that is on Sky Sports Saturday night. See you there. Boom.